Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today, from the ESL Winter Qualifiers, the Americas region, it's going to be Astrea and Scarlett in a game recommended, what the heck, by Somicron. Top left of hard lead, it is Astrea, and in the bottom right, it is Scarlett. Two excellent players. I think Astrea has an advantage here because he is playing better now, but Scarlett has the potential to win this game. So, let's go ahead and see who's going to go on top here. Maybe that little blunder of Astrea's will be enough for Scarlett to win. Blocking the natural base is Mr. Probe. That's okay, says the drone. I counted for that, and 300 minerals, and bam. Third base is now my second base. Gateway coming up here on hard lead. Also, it could be hard lead. I don't know, man. Why is this map pool filled with so many hard to pronounce names? Blah. Blah, 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 blah. Extractor pool on the way. And yeah, hit that like button if you're excited to see what strategy got Somicron's attention in this PVZ. And just a little plug for the Falcon Paladin Hour. The VODs are at youtube.com/@Somicron. Check it out. I'll put a link in the description to it. And we talked about it. We talked about this game. We talked about other games in the ESL qualifiers. Try to predict who was going to win the ESL. And talked about, you know, other stuff, other nerdy stuff like Invincible Season 2, Rick and Morty Season 7, anime, MF Ghost. We talked a little bit about, oh, what's the name of that? Name of that seminal anime from 1998, something D. Invasive D, Inert D, Inept D, I don't know, I lost it. I lost what the name of it was. It's about street racing, though, from 1998. I'd never heard of it before, I don't think, until Somicron brought it up. Anywho, that's the kind of thing we do. It's an hour long. It's available on YouTube if you want to watch it there. We do stream it live at twitch.tv/Somicron as well, but anywho, what's the play? Well, it's a robo opening from Astrea, not going to be a Stargate. Third base from Scarlett coming up sub 3 minutes as per usual for a Zerg, unless you're going some kind of a 2-base crazy attack opening. Which would be fun, but not in the store today. Creep spread pushing, not actually connecting up to this natural. Intriguingly enough, as an Adept rolls into the third base and does get a drone kill before shading into the natural, seeing there is a third base here and saying, okay, that's information I wanted to have. Just going to head on home now. I think we're good to go. And, oh, fast Robo Bay. Oh, what's the play here, Astrea? Is it like super fast Colossus drop? Like Colossus harass? It is always annoying when you play against a Protoss and they show up with a Warp Prism and a Colossus and they're like, unload, wop, load up. Unload, wop, load up. The lasers are coming out. Very funny stuff. That could be what the play is. We'll take a look at it. Warp Prism is on the way, which makes a ton of sense here. And what is there to defend back home? A single? Okay, 2 Adepts. 2 Adepts can hold a bunch of Lings. You can also warp in some other Adepts if too many Lings show up, and Warp Gate just finish up, so that's going to be useful too. So it's not like Astrea is skipping steps to make this thing happen. So Warp Prism, Disruptor. Disruptor on the opening. So gonna send the Warp Prism across the map, which the Ling's totally scouted, by the way. Roach Warren coming in. Immediate Spores getting tossed up. It helps against Warp Prisms to have spores that they can't fly into. So just warping in a couple Adepts, no biggie. And the thing is, you can't warp in Disruptors because they're not gateway units. Nice snipe on that Creep Tumor, though. And then, an Overlord is spotting this whole darn thing. So this is where Scarlett says, okay, so it's going to be some huge Adept warp-in. And, you know, it very well could be. It's just that it also is, there are Disruptors in production, too. Yeah, these adepts shading into the third base. I'm going to call it the third base from now on. You know what I'm talking about. And then probably going to die as they shaded in. But, you know. Oh, shading out. Fancy stuff there. But, you know, 5 drone kills is good. And then, yeah, just is he going to warp it anymore? No, just going to one-shot drones. No big deal. Just keep the Zerg player down. 43 to 46 workers. Yes, Scarlett has a lead, but it's not a big one. On worker count here. Not happy about that. Has to use larva to make more drones. Disruptors being produced. Oh, 2 robo bays. Okay. Or, sorry, robo facilities for production. And here we go. 2 disruptors in a war prism. What do they have in store for us? That is what I would like to know. Come on. You can do it, guys. Nope. Good save. Good save. See, this is where Scarlett's like, okay, so it's a Warp Prism Adepts. Nice snipe on that Creep Tumor. Sick micro out of Astrea. My gosh. And here we go. And what is it? Oh, it's not Adepts at all. It's Disruptors. What is happening? Oh, that Disruptor shot hit nothing. Big whiff there. Drone that I was going after went inside the extractor and was therefore saved. Ooh, and it's Colossus on the follow-up. So here we go. 2 War Prisms, each with 2 Disruptors apiece. Who does this? Nobody does this. This isn't a strategy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, can't go there. Too many queens. Going to shoot that War Prism right out of the sky, and there's a Spore to help too. This War Prism shows up with War Prism speed and goes, no, too many roaches. Not okay, I guess we'll kill a queen, they say. Bam! Queen exploded. And trying to sneak back in. Sure, we'll unload here. Killing queens makes future attacks a lot better. Oh, that queen took some damage, but not enough to kill it. 31 HP left on that sucker. Spore hits, never great if you're a War Prism. And, oh, 2 queens once again. Not really enough to stop this. And, oh, that queen dodged. How did that queen take almost... Do queens take more than 2 hits from a disruptor to die? Did they nerf this? I mean, I thought for sure 2 disruptor hits was enough to kill a queen, but maybe it takes 3. Anyway, Stalker Colossus on the follow-up here from Astrea. You know, just casually flying around, speed of sound, killing queens. And the answer to the Stalker Colossus here from Scarlett, she's got 26 roaches, 4 Ravagers, and 23 Lings, which doesn't actually feel like enough, actually. Army value is, oh, warping in, 83 to 116 in favor of Scarlett, but doesn't have any Vipers, doesn't have any Corruptors. Yeah, these Lings and Roaches don't want anything to do with a double Colossus Stalker army here. Where are the obs so that we can start killing some of these Creep Tumors, yeah? Yeah, Corrosive Bile connecting. Nice bit of a flank attack on the right side. Now, Colossus kind of splitting their attention. Disruptors catching roaches on the right side, but Disruptors getting target fired as well. Is there enough Zerg to actually wipe this out? The Immortals are doing tons of work. I haven't mentioned them yet. And they're actually, I think they're going to be enough to save the day here, as they are just absolutely crushing roaches. 10 kills and 11 kills on those Immortals. I think those were all roaches. Army supply even. More roaches and Ravagers being produced. These Colossus are alive. 9 kills and 5 kills apiece. Disruptor shot. 6 kills on that Disruptor. Oh, one of the Colossus gets focused fired and killed. There's an obs now, so Creep Tumor's not going to be very happy about this. Yeah, trying to march forward and snipe off these Disruptors, but they're getting saved by Warp Prisms. And this Colossus is almost dead, but almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And that is, this is looking really bad for Scarlett. Losing that third base is a problem. Roaches, probably not what you want here. Lings might be able to pull this off, especially if your roaches are coming out of that third base and dying immediately. Trying to get a Spore Burrowed at the front. Okay, sniping a couple of the Stalkers, warping into the front. A little bit sloppy there from Astrea. That's okay. It is 53 to 61 army supply. Where are those Lings? She was producing Lings. If this Colossus dies, Lings are going to be pretty okay. Yeah, you just have to micro against the disruptor shot, and when you do that, you're taking hits, and that's your GG. Astrea gets the win, and that is, yeah, that was a pretty impressive display of PvZ. Never really let Scarlett get too comfortable, you know? I mean, that was, man, that was an absolutely just genius display of how to keep the pressure up on a Zerg player so they're not happy. And an unhappy Zerg player is, you know, a happy Protoss. Right? Had that early Adept harass, the War Prisms, just throwing Adepts in the main base, killing drones there, showing up over in the natural, the third base, really keeping Scarlett off balance, and then she assumes it's Adepts. And then Disruptors show up and start picking off Queens and start going after drones. And at the end of the day, oh, there we go. There's my units lost. 15 drones died. No probes died at all. It's 45 to 52 workers at the end. And yeah, Disruptors. And then on the follow-up with the Stalker Colossus Immortal is just genius. Because obviously, yeah, you're going to make Roaches deal with kind of an Adept all-in. But no, that's not what it was at all. It turned into a lot of Tier 3 stuff there. All of it available because we went for the fast Robo. And at the end of the day, just too much. Really nice surround from Scarlett in that last battle. But the Immortals, man. I mean, if we just watch that back, the Immortals did an absolute metric ton of work. Let's see, it was before this. Yeah, I mean, look at these guys go. 2 kills, and look, it's all Roach Army surrounding. The Immortals are just chunk damage, 6 kills, chunk damage, 8 kills, chunk damage on Ravagers, 9 kills. There's more Roaches fighting, but man, it feels like 2 Immortals can handle 50 Roaches, no problem. 10 kills. So yeah, I mean, that wasn't getting easy kills on Lings or Broodlings or anything. No, those were legitimate Roaches dying, Ravagers dying. 2 of these Immortals. That one actually dies. This one, watch this one, because I'm telling you that the Immortal. The Disruptors are good, the Colossus are good, but I feel like the Immortal is maybe the most important part of this army against what Scarlett is throwing his way. 13 kills on this Immortal. He's an instructor now. He teaches other Immortals how to get this many kills against a Zerg player. Yeah, Disruptor just zoning the Zerg out here. Trying to burrow a Spore, didn't see that initially in this battle. And yeah, Roaches, I don't know. It's just the Lings would do amazing against this with enough of them. But the problem is the one Colossus does a great job sort of negating that all by itself, you know? Splash damage, high amounts of splash damage. Tier 3 is intended to kill Zerglings, right? And yeah, this Immortal, not really the target. No, not the target of anything. And ends up with like 19 kills at the end there. Is that what that was? Yeah, 19 kills. And without a doubt, going to get 20-21-22 there if the game's allowed to continue because it had full HP. It was fighting Roaches. And yeah, I mean, this is one of the more lopsided units lost resources numbers I've seen. 166 to 33 in favor of the Protoss and 12,000 to 6,000. A 2-1 resources lost number is just crushing. So crushing. So hats off. Well done. Way to get that win, Astrea against Scarlett. Again, in a match he was favored in, but the way he did it was so unique and so fun. And yeah, who expects to see 2 War Prisms with 2 Disruptors each just going to town on a Zerg player, no less. So well done. And that's going to be it for me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.